Hello everybody, and welcome back to our next instalment. So I've been wondering what we should be doing this episode. As you can see, we've lost our mesh, so I can add that back in and our lights and stuff. Actually, no, sorry. Let's have a look at this. Tile light, there it is. There we go. So this is what we did last time. If I click play, you'll notice we've got this character who kind of just runs around. You can see his body, and we've got a few lights hanging from the nothingness. Let's just jump back up here. So what we want to do now is we want to change. First of all, we want to change the running. We don't want him to run all the time. We only want him to run when he's potentially in danger. So the way to do that is if you go into your contents and open up the third-person character blueprint. I always like to add it onto here so I can just chop and change when I need to. Click on the third-person character self, and what we want to do is find, if I'm in the right place. No, I'm not. Sorry, I tell a lie. You want to go into character movement, and we want to come down to where it says the max walk speed. So I like to bring this way down to 300. We will do crouched when we'll change that when we come to actually implement crouching. But for now, we're just going to do the max walk speed and compile. Now, when we click play, he should be moving a lot slower. There we go. He still kind of does the running hands. What we'll do is we'll set up a blueprint, animation blueprint, and a blends place, where we'll actually add some walking animations in where he'll look a little bit more normal. But at least the speed's down. I mean, I don't want to make it any slower than this, really. Otherwise, well, that needs fixing there. I just noticed that. That's something we can do at some point, that's fine. I'll show you how to make fixes in Blender. But I think for now, the speed's okay. So let's leave that. Right. So now we've fixed the speed, we also do want to add in a sprint button. We want it to actually be that you sprint when you want to sprint, you're not just always sprinting. So come to edit, come down to project settings, and now this is the best way to implement any action keys. If you come, so it'll load up here, come all the way down to engine and input, and you'll have a thing called action mappings. So for example, if I open this one up, a lot of these are for VR. They're like VR ready ones. So if you're working on a VR project, don't delete these out like I am now. So face button bomb. So for this at the moment, so for our jump, we know we can jump. We press spacebar and it does it. If I had a game controller, like a PlayStation 4 controller or an Xbox controller, if I press the bottom buttons, which on Xbox is A, it would jump. All the same. You can also get rid of this reset VR, by the way. So that's essentially what it does. So it uses these. So it takes this. It creates an event which is called jump, and it applies it to spacebar and the face button for you. So what we're going to do. So we're going to go for. So we want to sprint. So we'll call it sprint. I always make sprint my left shift key. Let's try and find it. Let's just put in shift. See what comes up. Shift. There you go. Left shift. I'm also going to add the one in for the controller because we might as well. So if you find your gamepad, this is a case of we want to hold it down. So I think it's probably going to be best to be left thumbstick down. No. Oh, I want to make sure I get this one right. I don't want to mess it up. I don't want to make it so it's down, and when it pulls it down, it just starts sprinting. Let's just put in thumb. Stick up, down, left, right, X, Y. It just says right thumbstick. Oh, that's sorry. That's the axis. Up, down, left, right. Up, down, left, right. Left thumbstick button, that's what you want. Sorry, there we go. So when I click that in, I click that button for the left thumbstick, it will make me sprint. But you have to hold it down. So it should save automatically, so just close the project settings. But what I also like to do is just go to save all, just to make sure that those settings have been saved. Again, if it crashes a lot, you really want to make sure that that you're not losing that. So now we want to come to back to our third person character blueprint. So as you remember, we changed the walk speed to 300. Now what we want to do is create 2 functions. So we want to call this one, I want to rename it first off, start sprint, and we want to name the other one stop sprint. There we go, just like that. Let's click start sprint first. If you click on your character movement and just drag it into your blueprint like so, we can do that. And then what we want to do is we just want to set max, where are you? Swim speed, no. Set speed. Max speed, where are you? Set. So right at the bottom here. So if you go set speed, it goes set max walk speed at the bottom, which is what we've just amended. So what happened, we are in stop sprint, so we'll do stop sprint first. So you still want to do the same. It's exactly the same for both. You get your character movement, set your walk speed back to 300, like so. Okay. And then we're going to go into our start. I'm just going to copy and paste this because it's a lot quicker. And we want to go to here, set that in there. What we want to do is for start, we want to set that to 600. Okay. And that should. That's because. Oh, sorry. If I go to my event graph, where is it? Get rid of that. Delete that. There we go. Because I deleted the reset VR. If you've done the same, there is a little box here that's obviously got the input action. Just delete that out, and that should get rid of that warning for you. So with that set up, so you should have 600 for your start sprint, 300 for your stop sprint. You should be good to go. So you can close those both down. And now what we want to do is we want to call our sprint. So if we go sprint, you want to find the action event there, which is we just called just sprint. And then when it's pressed, we can literally just drag. So literally from your functions, just grab start sprint and grab stop sprint, and just plug them both in like so. I also like to always comment stuff so it's all nice and neat. Sprint input. There we go. Nice and easy. And hopefully when we start, we should be walking. And when we hold shift down, we immediately speed up. And you can jump and do all that stuff. And it slows it down. Okay, so that's how we're going to run, and we're going to walk in this game. So that was lovely and easy. Okay. Now, just before, I wasn't even planning on doing the sprint, and I managed to get through that actually a lot quicker than I thought I was going to. Just before we go, I have imported. Oh, let me exit that. Sorry. I have imported some more textures to see if we've got some material instances we can use. Materials. Let's go for concrete. Oh, we do. That's nice. Okay. Good stuff. We can do some stuff with this. All right. Let's start with the outside, I guess. Let's get off of concrete and find if we've got brick. We do. Cracking stuff. Now I'm going to go for some real nice, clean looking brick, I think. Or should we go for rough? Let's go for rough, actually. I kind of like the sound of that. Nice rough brick. Come on. Now, it will take a few seconds to compile, by the way. And I just realised I haven't saved, and I guarantee it's going to crash, but we'll see. See what happens. It's still running at the moment, but it does take a little while. Oh, there we go. Now, looking at that brick is it's not awful, but it could be a little bit larger, I guess. Now I do want to do this so I can see the effect. Let's have a look. I can't remember if these ones have the size. They probably don't. No, I don't think they do. Okay. Oh no, they do. Alright, let's just. Aha, there we go. Let's have a look. That's a little bit better. A little bit better. It could be, I suppose, a little bit less. It's just keep going with this. Drag it out. Really give it a good stretch. Oh, that's a little bit better. Lovely. Okay. So you've got this lovely, clean looking brick, and you can see it's not the best. So you can always play around with the a few of the settings just to make it look a bit better. Like so, roughness. Let's up that roughness of it, so you can just see instead of getting this horrible shimmer, you automatically it just makes that a little bit darker, that a little bit real looking. Let's just bring it down to like a 0.7, I think, for the minimum and the max. Great. You can change its metallicness or metalness, it says on here. Let's just see what kind of effect it has. I'm not sure whether I'm going to like it, to be honest, but we'll see. I've also just realised you probably can't see without me doing this, sorry. This is what I've just changed, sorry. So I've just come down to, so I pulled mine out so that it was like a little window. You had the UV tile U, UV tile V, and I've just brought that down to stretch the map out. And I've now just gone up and I've upped the roughness here, this rough minimum value to 0.7, and I've applied a metallic, just so you guys can see what I'm actually doing. We'll wait for it to load up. I don't know if it's going to have much of an effect, to be honest, but we'll see. We basically just want to make it look a little bit nicer, a little bit more realistic, I suppose. Sometimes when you add even though they're like meant to be top of the range kind of Unreal textures, sometimes when you look at them they look a bit bland, a little bit boring. Just by adding up that roughness, it took a lot of the gleam away, added in a little bit extra detail, and it just kind of sets it apart a little bit. So let's go into our scene now, where we can actually see. I mean, this is more for later, it's not for now, but we'll come to that later on. We'll see what I mean. So let's have a look. Now it's pretty dark, so let's just go to unlit for a second. There we go. So we can actually see our textures that we're applying. I did that, by the way, just by clicking on this up here and going to unlit. You can do a lot of other stuff. There's loads of things to play around with, but I'll leave you guys to do that at your own leisure. Okay, first things first, let's go back to our materials. Let's go to concrete. I want to add in, let's have a look what we've got. Let's have a look at that one. Some of these probably will be no good, but you just apply as you like. Let's have a look. Right, pillars. Oh, that looks a bit. So we've got another blender issue here. It basically needs. I like the actual pillar itself. Obviously, that is going to be no good to us. Like that. Again, I will show you how to fix all these issues when we get back into Blender. I'm not going to do it now. Let's just see if we can find ourselves some lovely little textures to use. Okay, next one is the window frame. That should be a nice easy one. Let's go for where is it? Where we want to make it wood. Let's go for metal. We'll just give it like a, I don't know, an aluminium swirly kind of thing. I don't know. Oh no, that's awful. You wouldn't notice that, but oh god. Weird. I wonder what that is. Oh, it's the wall. Interesting. Okay. No, I don't like that anyway, so let's get rid of that. Let's go for base chrome. That's a little bit better, but I'm guessing the issue I'm getting is that let's have a look. Oh, don't want the brick open either. It's a grey, I suppose, but it doesn't look shiny. What the hell? How bizarre. Let's try the brass base. Wow, why is it acting like that? That's so bizarre. Okay. Weird. Yeah, I guess it's just some settings in here that's not been set up, but colour map, normal map, intensity, save. It's just bizarrely not shiny. Okay, fair enough. There should also be glass, so you can do the glass as well. Nope, I'm gonna do that. You could do frosted glass if you wanted to, and you kind of get this weird kind of lookout that you can see outside, but it's just all a bit white. So it's quite good. When we go back to unlit, we'll see what effect the point lights have. Actually, let's do it now. Lit. There you go. It's the lights come through now for that tinted glass a hell of a lot better. As you can see, if you stood down here, you can see out of it. So we will need to add a little bit of outside scenery there, but you'll see some kind of smoke and mirror stuff we can do with that again down the line. Let's have a look at the wall next. Let's get rid of that brass base. That was an awful decision. So what do we want for the wall? We want something. I think we kind of want a concrete feel, don't we? Really, again. Let's go for soft concrete. See what that does. Let's try that. It's not awful, but it's not the best. Let's try this concrete slabs. It looks very much not what I want, to be honest. I don't want to make anything too major. I could do this. So I'm going to get rid of it. I'm just going to be changing the UV. You'll see it happen on screen again. Let's just really widen this out a bit. No, yeah, definitely don't like that. Okay, that's a no-go. Let's try these concrete slabs. And then let's widen those out. Okay, let me pull that out again. We're going to do these two, don't we? Let's just really... let's make it... I think if I make them both 0.2, let's see what that looks like, because that could... I think that's maybe a bit too big now, but I kind of like that a lot better. Let's go for a 0.4 and 0.4. There we go, that's a little bit better. Right, that's a little bit better, a little bit more kind of concrete warehouse kind of feel. And I'm also going to go for concrete on the floor, but I want a bit more of a swept concrete. Let's try that. Oh yeah, that's not bad. That's pretty good. Okay, I can get on board for this. But I want to change it. I want to change it slightly. I want to see if I can make that again a little bit. Oh, it's on a weird 1.5. I wonder why that was. Let's try it and see what happened. Yeah, way better. Shame about these. I mean, that's actually not too bad as a pattern for like a kind of cylinder, but yeah, not 100% a fan of that. But there we go. Alright, let's go back to lit and see what the scene looks like. Yeah, it looks a bit more gloomy now, doesn't it? Now you haven't got those weird bright blue and orange colours. It kind of feels like you are in a bit more of a yeah, it feels like you're in a bit more of a creepy scene, and I could probably put that point light in a bit of a better position so you can kind of get some more effects, because I really wanted to utilise the pillars in this. We also still need to put a roof on. That will change things up a lot more as well. Yeah, I think so far so good. I mean, if I was to start in a game like this, I probably wouldn't be too pleased to move on. Let's have a look. Okay. Right, last thing before we go, I just want to see if I can mess around with that spotlight, and then we'll move it on to the next episode. So I think I'm a bit too... I want to basically control where this light's going, if that makes sense. So let's bring it a bit closer. Yeah, that's better. Oh, that's it. That's where I want it there. Bring it away a bit, just so it's not so bright. Where actually is it? Okay. So the idea is that I'm going to have a street here with another building here. That when you come out, this point light. Oh god, it crashed. Oh my god. Hello, welcome back. Sorry about that. We are back now after the crash. I've readjusted everything to how it was. We are going to end it here anyway, now that we've... although I'm just going to readjust that point light again, hopefully. There you go. So as I was saying, sorry, just before we finish it, there's going to be a corridor here that you can't go down. You're going to be in a fence when you come out, just around here. But there'll be like another building. There'll be like a light here that's like kind of illuminating the alleyway. There'll be like trash cans or whatever. And there'll only be one other door you can go in. But it just creates that fluidness that you kind of come out and you go in. The other thing I want to do is create rain here. And when you come out, obviously there'll be the whole alleyway in rain. And hopefully in here I'm going to try and get the sound, a very muffled sound of rain here too. But we'll keep building as we go along, and fingers crossed we'll get there slowly. As you can see as well, I've added it's a bit, I need to up the roughness a bit, but I've added metal to the door. So let's actually just keep playing and see what happens. If I can see myself. Yeah, I can. There you go. We can actually see ourselves in the door. So there we go. And we've got that light coming from that frosted glass there, which makes it look way creepier, actually. Now you look at it like that. But see, it just kind of adds as well to the effect that shadows make too. But brilliant. I think we'll leave it there, and in the next episode we'll have a look at creating slightly the next area and how we transition to those areas as well, and also we'll have a look at more lighting and textures and things like that as well. Thank you so much, guys. If you haven't already, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and also head over to our Facebook where you can see about all the games coming out next year by us, and that'll be on Facebook. I'll put the link in the description. Thank you so much. Bye.